What's up, guys? My wife and I are taking a trip with our newborn son, and I want to take you guys with us. I'm just finishing up loading up our Jeep now, and I want to vlog this entire experience for you guys, something I've never done before, but I want to show you how we stay as healthy as we can while we're traveling, but also how to have fun and how to not be so perfect about it. It doesn't need to be perfect, but we have fun, we eat things that we wouldn't normally eat, and we do things we wouldn't normally do, but also how we travel and stay as relatively non-toxic and healthy as we can. So if you guys want to join us on this journey, let's go. After having our first son, Greylan, just a couple months ago, my wife and I more or less spontaneously left for a 3-day getaway to this small cabin in the woods in Harpers Ferry, West Virginia, so we could bond and relax together. It was really secluded, minimal service, and just what we needed. A break from the world for a few days, just the three of us. B did a great job finding this place. It had awesome vibes that made being able to relax that much more enjoyable. After we got in and set up, I knocked out a quick outdoor workout to stretch my legs into earth. I'm currently in the middle of 75 hard, so I needed to get in my second workout of the day. We'll see if I can stick to it the next few days. Thankfully, I have these two to hold me accountable. After a quick shower, we sat down to play a few games of Sequence and drink a little kombucha while Greylan took a nap. Being such a nice fall evening, we decided to start a fire with the wood we brought from home. It's honestly not a bad way to wind down in the evening while still keeping our circadian rhythms in check. While they enjoy the fire for a little bit longer, I snuck inside to make dinner, which was paleo chili we froze and brought from home. We used glass containers to avoid plastic as much as possible, and believe it or not, the Airbnb had non-toxic silicone cookware, which was pretty cool. To avoid using tap water, we brought our own spring water. While we do prefer using glass, we didn't have any this time around. And these are our supplements we traveled with this time, my stack of Kion aminos, sleep, and omegas, and this is B's prenatal and fish oil she's taking postpartum. You can find them all linked in the description below. Using our spring water, I made a quick pot of white rice and then topped it with chili. And of course, is it really chili if you don't add shredded cheese and sour cream? By that time, the fire was out and B and Greylan were both ready to eat. Oh, and these little Redmond travel salts really come in handy. I highly recommend. And that's pretty much how we ended our night. It was a long travel day and we were all pretty exhausted. So we tucked Greylan into his bassinet and called it a night. Hey guys, real quick, there is something that we forgot to pack for this trip, our air doctor. And honestly, we noticed right away. We usually travel with it everywhere we go because the air quality in hotels, rentals, and even Airbnbs can be pretty rough. Mold, dust, VOCs, and all the invisible stuff that you don't really think about until you start feeling congested or wake up groggy. At home, we run our air doctor 24/7, and it's actually crazy how much dust and toxins it catches. It uses a medical grade ultra HEPA filter that removes 99.99% of all airborne particles. Things like smoke, mold, dust, bacteria, viruses, and all those other microscopic particles that most air purifiers miss. It's one of those products you don't realize how much you're actually relying on it until you don't have it. So if you've been wanting to upgrade your home's air quality or even travel with clean air like we usually do, you'll always save an exclusive 40 to 50% off, a lot of the times even more when they're running their holiday deals, off your air doctor when you use my link below. No code needed. Just head to craigmccloskey.com/air. That's craigmccloskey.com/AIR, and you can save exclusive discounts today. Because once you breathe cleaner air, there's really no going back. The next morning, we woke up feeling pretty refreshed. Gray's been sleeping through the night now, and his mom and I are loving it. So we went downstairs to hydrate first, and then make a pot of coffee. For more than a decade, I've always started my mornings by chugging 32 ounces of water. Just add some electrolytes in, and you're good to go. The Airbnb actually had a decent coffee setup, but I'm such a snob when it comes to coffee, I usually always travel with my home setup. Now, to each their own, but there's no way I'm using a Keurig. I brought Purity coffee beans, 2/3 decaf, and my Chemex, which is made of glass and a lot better than a moldy Keurig machine. Trust me, the coffee tastes a lot better anyways. Unfortunately, I didn't have a kettle, so I had to settle for boiling water in a pot and pouring it over the coffee that way. It still turned out great. I usually drink it black, but I decided to froth in some heavy cream this time. By now, B was up and finishing making her breakfast, which consisted of a Greek yogurt bowl we have just about every morning that we get from our local farm. And for the next half hour, we just sat by the fire and enjoyed a cozy morning together. B read Gray a book, and he was pretty mesmerized by the fake fireplace. Now it was time to do my first 75 hard workout of the day, and since it was raining outside, I decided to do it inside instead. I've been taking these Kion essential aminos for the past year before my workouts, and they're amazing to say the least. They help build and preserve muscle mass, especially if you're working out fasted, like I usually do. Just use the link and code below if you want to try them out for yourself. My workout today was a core circuit by my guy Sean T. We have the Body app, which makes it really nice to work out while traveling. And after I was done, it was Greylan's turn to do his core workout too. Like father, like son. I grabbed a quick shower using the non-toxic shampoo, conditioner, and soap that we brought. Then I put on my Alaterra natural skincare I've used pretty much every single day the last 5 years. And after a quick fit check, yep, we're good to go. Well, after a diaper change, that is. We brought healthy baby wipes and a whole pack of Millie Moon diapers. I really hope this is gonna be enough. And time for Greylan's fit check? Yep, he is such a stud. We're gonna be doing some walking this afternoon, so I put on my Vivo barefoot shoes and we're off. B found a cool local sourdough bakery we wanted to check out. Apparently their sourdough starter is more than 42 years old. When we walked in, we were hit with the best smell I think I've ever smelled. Not only that, but they have an entire wall of freshly baked sourdough and an entire assembly line in the back prepping everything. Henry Ford would be proud. They had a lot of other local goods too. A bunch of different types of dairy, eggs, a whole wall of jams, and other condiments. We ended up getting a loaf of sourdough, biscuits, and this fresh buffalo butter. After that, we made our way into the historic Civil War town, Harper's Ferry. It really kind of reminded me of something from Europe because of how old it looked. The buildings and cobblestone roads brought a lot of history to the area. After walking around a little bit, we found our way to the Rabbit Hole, a cool popular lunch spot with great food and even better views. Although, this is my absolute favorite view right here. Now, you wouldn't believe it if I didn't get it on camera, but they had an entire THC menu. We didn't partake. But I did get this bunless burger on top of freshly grown salad greens. And B got the best looking fish and chips I've ever seen. After lunch, we had another diaper change before we headed on a nice walk, which I counted as my second outdoor workout of the day. It's one of the last nice fall days and a good way to wind down our afternoon by getting in 10K steps. From there, we headed back to our place, and honestly, we can't get over this drive and the views. When we got back, I made another pot of 2/3 decaf coffee from Purity. Yep, same method. We sat and watched a little Netflix while B fed Greylan, and from there we headed out to play another round of Sequence. Now, I know I just learned how to play this game, but she didn't hold back on calling me out when I lost. But no worries, it didn't take me long to come back and beat her 3-2. Do you guys play family board games? Let me know which ones in the comment section below. Then after I won, we wanted to jump in the hot tub to unwind from the day. So I grabbed a couple of lollipops and headed out. We kept Greylan in his travel bassinet right beside us as he continued to sleep. I made sure the temperature was nice, and it definitely felt good. Although I forgot I still needed to do a cold shower as a part of my 75 hard challenge, so I had to run upstairs quick.
3 minutes later. Now we're gonna go back out to the hot tub.
It actually felt really good and was a nice way to do a little contrast therapy in the middle of our evening. From there, I went in and washed up and put on my nighttime skincare routine. This is the night cream by Alaterra, and you just have to try it to know how good it really is. While B was finishing up in the shower, I snuck Greylan some screen time by showing him his first ever Disney movie. We're not doing screen time this young, but I just couldn't resist putting on Finding Nemo for him. He loved it, but I think it ended up being more nostalgic for B and I. In the middle of that, I was excited to try the sourdough we got earlier, so I toasted some of it, spread a little bit of the buffalo butter on, and it was delicious. I served it with some leftover chili, and we finished watching Finding Nemo as Greylan slept. And then B wanted some popcorn, so I made a bag and melted some more of the buffalo butter we just got. There's a healthier alternative to pretty much anything, as long as you know how to look for it. We consider these treats that we don't really do all that often, but when we do, we always try and use good quality ingredients and just make it ourselves. And more often than not, it tastes way better when you use real, fresh ingredients. And you always gotta have two bowls, his and hers. So that's pretty much how we winded down our evening. I finished drinking my water, B fed Greylan one last time before we laid him down, and then I hopped into bed while I read a chapter of my book to complete 75 hard for the day. The next morning was our last day before we headed back home. I started off like I always do with more water and electrolytes. I made a cup of coffee and went right outside to earth and get morning sun on my eyes. It was a beautiful fall day. By that time, Greylan was up, so I grabbed him and watched him as I finished my cup of coffee. When B came down to take over, I jumped right into my workout, which was more of a wake-up cardio circuit just to get the blood flowing. I ended up working up a pretty good sweat, so I went outside to cool down while B fed Greylan. I took a shower and threw on my organic cotton clothing that I wear pretty much every day. My fashion choices are pretty basic. I made us both some breakfast, which consisted of the same yogurt bowl and our supplements. I honestly could eat this yogurt bowl every day, and I pretty much have every morning for the last 4 years. After another quick diaper change and fit check, it was time to check out of our place and load up the Jeep. But before we headed back home entirely, we wanted to explore a little more of Harper's Ferry. We made our way to downtown again and took turns pushing Greylan in his stroller. When I tell you these hills are no joke, they're steep and narrow, but they have great views. Our first stop was a local coffee shop called Battlegrounds. It was a nice little shop with good coffee and even better vibes. From there, we spent another half hour walking around and checking out all of the old history. Lewis and Clark passed through here at one point, so we stopped to check out their museum, along with some other cool old buildings. Overall, it was just a really cool old town with a ton of history. It's also a part of the Appalachian Trail, so there was a lot of walking opportunities. We walked over the bridge that runs on top of the Potomac River. That's also part of the Appalachian Trail. By that point, it was time for us to head home, so we made the hour drive, stopped at our family's house to get our dogs, and they were super excited to see us. Overall, we couldn't have asked for a better trip, and we hope you enjoyed following us on our journey as much as we enjoyed experiencing it. We'll see you guys next time.